Hey, it's Danielle. Welcome to the free video. So tonight I'm going to be talking about some of the hottest stocks out there right now. There's so much media hype around these names. And I think the number one story that I keep seeing is, oh my gosh, why are people buying these stocks? The valuation's crazy high, people who don't know what they're doing are buying them. Well, I'm here to tell you that none of that really matters when you're trading short-term options, okay? So let's look at AI, for example. This is a company that just IPO'd, just right fresh out of the water. And we had a starting trading price at $90 a share. Well, today closed at $160.89. Now, we can compare it to the 2000 crash, everything else. It doesn't matter. What matters to me is that there's so much hype around these names right now that we can get some really good momentum trades, okay? And yes, probably at some point things are gonna go bad. But in the meantime, I wanna make money on them. So I enlisted the help of my friend trader, Tammy, the Fibonacci Princess. And she has actually given me this amazing chart right here. So if you don't know how Fibonacci works, basically what you're doing is you're looking for a key area of support. That's the area that you want to see price bounce off of and trigger higher. And then you want to look at your overhead resistance areas and then your final targets. So essentially what this chart says is that we have a support area at 151, about 151.34 to 151.56. Price has bounced off that area, which means it's good for a buy. And we are chug-a-lugging towards the 165 price point. Now that's gonna be a key area of resistance, okay? Now, when I flip over to my charts to see, okay, how can I combine this with Fibonacci work? What I see is a really nice cup and handle on a 15-minute chart. Now, yes, it is a lower time frame chart, but you're talking about something that just IPO'd. And you're also seeing, that same pattern, of course, on a 30-minute chart. What I also like about this 15-minute chart is that we do have a squeeze. And when I draw my projections right here, I'm gonna see a target about 173 to 179, let's call it 175. So the way that I'm trading this type of ticker is, number one, I did just go ahead and buy the stock, okay? Because why not? it's one of those things where, yes, the options are going to be crazy. And if you want to get involved in the IPO game and you're not really ready to trade options on it, just pick up a couple shares of the stock. You can use the levels that I gave you as a, key stop point. And then also, of course, be very aware that these are the most volatile tickers out there. So only trade with money that's, you're really willing to put a little bit of risk on, but I think it's fun. So with AI, so far, I got my first entry at 109, okay? Those shares I'm still holding at 160. Now, I could come in here and I could buy some in the money calls, perhaps around the 145 or 150 strike price with the goal of holding them to 175. Or what I could also do is I could simply just pick up more shares of the stock. So because this is starting to trade higher, you can see the green trend strength candles. I mean, they haven't even shifted to red, which would be bearish momentum. For me, I'm just looking for continuation here. Now, you can also put together some more complex butterflies. I do think it would be a little bit more difficult for something like AI because we just don't have a very good sense for how quickly it's going to move. As you can see, today it's up 16%. So what I'm really trying to do is I'm just trying to capitalize on that directional move. And the very, very, very key part of this is when the momentum falls out, which we don't know where it is, when it is, okay? That's when you see the ticker trading higher. It's going to go higher, 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 higher. And then all of a sudden you're going to break the low of the high bar. That's usually where I'm going to get out, okay? So we have that one. And she also gave me some other charts here. We have Airbnb. So Airbnb, again, another very hyped up IPO, fresh on the market. And what's great about this is it has a setup. Now, again, these IPOs are not going to be as reliable as something like Microsoft that's been trading forever. Well, not forever, but you know what I mean. Just because they don't have that long of a historical pattern, but we can still use it. So looking at Airbnb, we have support at 158.35 to 158.55. So basically what I'm looking for here is a hold and a bounce so that I can trade this one to 175 as well. So, you know, it's kind of funny that they're both trading right to, let's see, A, B, and B. Let's see if I can get this in here right so I can show you. It's kind of funny that they're both trading right around 175, but so it is. So same thing with Airbnb. I did go ahead and pick up some shares. I would like to pick up some more shares. And I just went ahead and sold put credit spreads in this one. Now with Airbnb, it's a little bit easier to trade in the options market because it does have weekly options. Now, it's not that I need something to have weekly options, but it gives you just a lot more flexibility. And because the implied volatility is so high, that means there's a lot of juice in these options. So essentially what you can do is when this, you know, has momentum trading higher, you just want to come in here and look at, you know, perhaps 10 days out, perhaps 18 days out. I think 10 days is plenty of time for a momentum move like this. And you just simply come in here, sell, put credit spread. You're really looking for 1-to-1 risk reward. Something like this. And basically what that's going to do is that is going to say that if this ticker stays above, what was my short strike? 162.50 for, let's say, call it the next week. That premium that you're getting is just going to decay over time. You're selling it for $1.25. Ideally, you can buy this thing back for 50 cents or less. That's how you make some kind of conservative income on these trades. Now, like I said, keep in mind, I like a little bit of a wild ride. So if that is not your jam, stay out of these names. But for me, I don't know. I think it's a little exciting. So I've been enjoying trading these IPOs. And I'm actually going to be doing that tomorrow in my mastery program. So if you're in my mastery program, I will see you there. If not, you can go to simplertrading.com/profits. It's going to be right here. simplertrading.com/profits. And I am going to be having a 3-hour live trading session tomorrow. So I hope to see you there. We're definitely going to be looking at AI, Airbnb. I have a whole list of tickers here. Let's see what else. Freshpet, Space, Chegg, Snow, Plug, Smile Direct Club. That was a little bit crazy today. So we're going to be looking at all of those tomorrow and more. Hope to see you there.